An album a day is my exploration into the Korean music scene. This podcast will cover mainstream, indie, and some underground artists within the scene and provide both factual and opinionated commentary. The biggest benefit to sharing my thoughts this way is that it will hopefully expose you to more great music and exploration of your own.
You're tuned into an album a day. Show, start.
Well, hello, everybody. Okay, so we had a brief hiatus. I had to travel from South Korea to America for some family functions. So there was no way I would be able to have time to sit down and quietly record and share my thoughts. But the last time we had an album a day, we were closing up on one time, and I was very excited about saying we would be moving on to the next artist, which would be 2 a.m. And that is true. However, in between there are two other groups that have the number one in it. One of which we mentioned in the last episode, I would not be speaking about because they're a rookie. This is 2019. They only have one thing under their belt. So there'll be some developments with them. I'm certain that we'll circle back to them. But the other, which ironically I was going to leave for when we get to the letter F, is 15 and. 15 and was, or technically we can say still is, because they are legitimately on hiatus, but I highly doubt they're going to do anything together again. It's been a substantial amount of time. So 15 and, excuse me, is under JYP Entertainment, and 15 and was a South Korean girl group duo. It's of Park Jimin and Baek Yerin. And the ladies got the name for the group because they were 15 years old when they debuted. And the ampersand sign is supposed to symbolize what more they can do in their career. I adored them. Park Jimin was a first place winner on a TV show called K-Pop Star in 2012. And Baek Yerin, she was 10 years old when she was introduced on a show called Star King. So both of these ladies had the love, attention, and acclaim of the entire country because of these competitive TV shows. So when they debuted, they only released one album. It blows bubbles. Individually, they have done quite a bit, but as a duo, they did a 10-track album called Sugar. 15 and Sugar. It was released May 26, 2014, and it runs the spectrum of what a pop album can be. There's a lot of influences from different uh, different vibes and different genres on the scene at that time. So K-pop fans, on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being essential listening and 1 not worth mentioning, the A3-day rating on Sugar is a 4.5. It can't have a full 5 because of one direction change that happens in the album, but it's a solid, definite, I need to hear it. Excuse me. So again, it's 10 tracks. You have Star, Sugar, Shy My Boy, Oh My God, Rain and Cry, Not Today, Not Tomorrow, Silly Boy, Somebody, Can't Hide It, I Dream. I wasn't too sold on, I think it was Rain and Cry. The issue with this is, all of you who are listening and or watching this, that I listen to these albums 2 times in a row when I'm usually doing stuff. Case in point, this particular recording, although you all are getting it a little bit late, I'm doing this at like 2:37 a.m. Korean Standard Time. So it's technically Tuesday here, but it'll be Monday when you all receive it. So I'm up cleaning and I'm processing my normal existence. And the reason I do it that way is because I want to see if something is good background music or if it stands out enough where, I want to go back and hear it again and things of that sort. And this is an album that I definitely will listen to far more often, but I can't pinpoint which song it was that I was just like, why did they do that? The why did they do that moment came from it being such a strange shift in direction. This album is a an introduction from top to bottom of the capabilities of these young ladies, their vocal dexterity, the influences, be it jazz, American jazz, um, American pop, some things that are Euro pop. It's all over the spectrum of what the sound could and should be. There were a lot of hands involved in this as well. The ladies did not get any writing credit. They did not get any production credit, but a lot of people had the opportunity to flex their vibe around it. One thing particular that I really enjoyed, one of the title tracks, "Can't Hide It," Tigana Nabwa. Tigana Nabwa. It's a really good song, but it's definitely reflecting the style and composition of JYP, JY Park, the gentleman that JYP Entertainment is named after. He's the sole producer on it, but not the sole songwriter on it. And it's just a really good song that aged well, that could be covered by younger up and coming artists, could be covered by more experienced artists as well. I would love to hear the ladies perform it again. Good grief, I would. One of my favorite performances by 15 and also features a member of Wonder Girls, which we are a long way off from getting to W artists, but perhaps at some point in this musical journey, we'll talk about collaborative efforts. Oh God, that just sounds insane. It sounds great to mention it now, but to think about doing that after I'm going to do solo artists, that could be a little bit too much to bite. But they did a version of G Dragon's That Double X, and it's wonderful. I always suggest that you should look it up on YouTube so you can see the performance and see how all three of the women really hold that song to a whole new level. It's very impressive. The album, wow, I'm just seeing this now. The album didn't sell that well. On the Gaon physical sales chart, it sold over 2,378,000 albums, but wow, I expected this to sell more than that. It's not a long album. It's straight to the point. It's 35 minutes and a couple of seconds over. It had a good amount of singles. For it to be 10 songs on the entire album, it gave us 4 singles. I Dream, which dropped October 2012. Even though the album came out in 2014, they had that well before, as well as Somebody. I want somebody to love me. It's a very cute song. And then from the actual time then that the album came out, Can't Hide It and Sugar were released. Sugar is big band, very good feeling. It's loud, it's bodacious, it's fun to listen to. The girls are really playful in their musical delivery, as well as they got a little bit of rap in there. It's a good album, and I really want the ladies to do something else together. Like, there's no departure from the talent that they have. They are absolutely wonderful, but they were very good together. And I don't know what the dynamic is between why they don't have another album together. It's none of my business here on this particular conversation, in this particular conversation. Um, Park Jimin, she released 19 to 20 in 2016, which we'll talk about when we get to her solo music. And then Jimin X Jamie, which came out last fall, 2018. And then for Yerin, and you might, her name is spelled Yerin in English, so that would be Yerin, Baek Yerin. But Yerin released Frank in 2015, so she did a follow up to her group members' solo debut. And then this past March 2019, she released Our Love is Great. So again, we'll talk about those things when we get into the solo exploration of artists. But Yerin is 21. Well, she'll technically be 22, June 16th, 22 American age. We're not going by the Western age. And Jimin, she's 21 as well. So they're the same age, but Jimin won't turn 22 until July 5th. These ladies have a very different individual vibe, and it just made for such a beautiful, strong R&B vibe that JYP could benefit from having again. So that's their sole album that they had together as 15. And I strongly encourage you listen to it. And then tomorrow we will get into speaking about the wonderful artists who are their label mates. Well, for a time, they were their label mates, 2 a.m. So I'll catch you all in the next show. Bye, everyone.